Come on in, you guys. We want to give you an update on some of the things we showed you a few weeks ago here at the Sycamore Spring Farm Garden. You'll recall the lettuce was pretty much a baby's at that time, and well, we've been harvesting it now, and we need to continue harvesting it because it's actually at that maximum size to be pulled out and enjoyed at the dinner table. The greens are doing good, the collards are doing great. Here we have some basil transplants that we actually just transplanted these today, so they look a little bit wimped out, but they will straighten right up here in a day or two, and this is just one of our many rows of basil that we'll end up putting in here this summer. And here we have a newly planted bed with beets and green beans, bush beans here. But if you all will remember last week, or 2 weeks ago, we showed you how to put in the beans and the climbing beans and the squash under the teepees. And now we're going to show you phase 2 of that project right down here at those teepees. So we allowed the plants to come out, gave them 10 to 14 days to actually break through the earth and get a little bit of height to them and develop their first true set of leaves. And now what we do is we're going to mulch them. We went through today and weeded lightly so that we now have a pretty clean bed. And you wait until they get about this height, and then you're going to put the first layer of mulch down around here. Now I'll come back in a day or so and I'll take a look at these, and I'll probably pull out like the 2 weakest of these green bean plants. In fact, that one looks like I would probably pull that one out, but this one I'm going to leave. It is just doing awesome. And you can see the flea beetles are already getting to the green beans, but that's what happens in an organic garden. And I have found that if I just ignore the flea beetles, and if the plants are otherwise healthy and nutritionally sound, they're going to end up outgrowing those flea beetles, and they aren't really going to do any damage to the crop. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the mulch, because we're only going to put a shallow layer of mulch down at this point because the plants are very small. And a lot of folks just end up putting down this wee amount of mulch, and then they wonder why they have all these weeds that they have to contend with. Well, you've absolutely got to come back later, because if you leave the mulch at this level, you're going to battle weeds. But the real secret to having the straw work for you is to come and put it down thick. And the way you do that is you put it down 2 or 3 times as your plant grows, and you actually get that mulch, that straw mulch in there really thick, and then the weeds do not have a prayer. You will not have a weed problem. So we'll come back in a couple weeks and let you see how this teepee garden is progressing. We'll have it mulched, and by then the beans ought to be climbing up the poles and flowering. So see you later.